Lasting twin flame union doesn't come from gimmicks, temporary fixes, or fleeting highs. It comes from healing at your deepest level where all your core wounds live. Surface level band-aids only delay the inevitable, but when you go within, everything begins to shift in truth. So let's get clear on what exactly is a core wound on the twin flame journey. Well, it'll be a pattern rooted in the belief in fear and separation. It might be a fear of being abandoned, a fear of being not loved, a fear of losing love, a fear of being unlovable. But it's going to keep repeating until you face it. Even if one decides to abandon their twin flame journey and be with a soulmate, the same patterns are still going to keep showing up in all romantic relationships until they're healed. And if someone heals it, then why would they want to be with a soulmate anyway? They might as well be with their one true love. Surface level fixes won't last because they might address the symptoms rather than the cure. For example, acting really positive, good vibes only, all this love and light stuff. If you're not addressing the darkness, the love and light isn't going to help you because it avoids the deeper truths underneath about how you really feel about stuff. If you feel bad, then you've got to own it, because only by owning it can you heal it. And there's plenty of ways you can tell if you're avoiding your healing. If you're, for example, keep seeking external validation to distract yourself from going deeper, from going into the uncomfortable stuff, the stuff that nobody really wants to go and feel. That could be a part of it. And also, if you keep repeating cycles with your twin flame and never seem to come any closer, you want to address that. Because if, for example, you've got a pattern of communicating a lot for a time period and then communication dries up for weeks or months on end before resuming, that's not really what you want. What you want is a proper full relationship, a proper union and harmonious union where you can connect to them all the time the way you desire. And if you haven't got that, then you can do the healing to break out of whatever pattern you're in for good, so you can have what you truly desire. Deep healing requires your commitment. You've got to choose love over fear whenever a trigger comes up, whenever something feels less than perfect. And it involves feeling your feelings and bringing love there, which is what is really going to allow old pain to be released completely. Core wounds will show up more strongly with your twin flame because that's their job. They amplify everything, the good and the bad. Your twin flame is a massive amplifier, and that's why a lot of people leave their twin flame journey, because they can't handle the amplification of the not so good stuff. But instead of running away from it because one can't handle it, it's much better just to heal through it all. They will bring you what you're ready to heal, even if it comes as a surprise, actually how ready you are or how strong you are or how capable you are. You're not going to be given anything that you actually can't handle. God will push you to your edge always. But you have to do this, otherwise surface level strategies are just going to keep you stuck in illusion. If you're clinging to temporary highs to avoid the deeper feelings, you're not going to be going nowhere. If you're spending all your time pulling tarot cards or watching too many readings instead of feeling your feelings and going in and doing the inner work, then that's not going to help you either. Please don't avoid being with your feelings, because you're avoiding yourself, and then your twin flame's going to reflect that by avoiding you, and it's going to feel crap. But when you turn and face the wound, a whole host of new stuff starts to happen. Like, by owning it, you are empowering yourself to do something about it. You're empowering yourself to heal yourself and heal your union and come together with your person through the power of your choice. And that will immediately help you experience more relief and more freedom, and your connection will instantly feel safer and more peaceful. So that's why honesty with yourself is going to be key to healing. You've got to be willing to admit where it hurts. Nobody else needs to know about it, but you've got to be honest with yourself here. And you're only admitting that it hurts to acknowledge that it's not okay to be walking around with hurt feelings, and to love yourself enough to release them and choose love instead there. And in this way, you really can accept responsibility for your own peace, your own happiness. So very magnetic energies for your twin flame. Your core wounds are always going to relate directly to your union. Ultimately, the biggest fear that you're moving through now is going to become your biggest strength in union. If you had a lot of wounds in the area of romantic love regarding abandonment, know that when union comes in, there's going to be a big love there waiting for you and a lot of devotion. Healing within creates harmony without. This is what's really going to make your twin flame shift when you choose love. Avoiding wounds is just going to prolong separation, because you're just putting off what needs to be healed anyway. If you're holding on to old fears because you're afraid to heal through them, you're not going to be able to take those fears with you into your union. You have to leave them behind. You're going to keep looping through the same lessons until the lessons are learned, but when the lessons are learned, they can't show up anymore. There's no reason for them to do so. You'll know when you're healing at the core, because after each layer that you've healed, you'll feel peaceful. These big core wounds often have many layers like an onion, and it can feel like you're healing through the same ups there over and over and over again with the mirror exercise, but it's not exactly the same each time. Every time you're going deeper into deeper and deeper layers, and your twin flame will shift with every layer that you heal. It might not be blindingly obvious at first. They might still be saying no to you, but they'll be saying no to you with a slightly different tone of voice, and they'll start to soften a little bit, and then more and more. And when you get to the core of this onion, of the core wound, or there's a pattern that you finally release completely, you'll know when it's done. You'll know when it's finished. Old triggers will lose their power as you no longer have upsets there, and you'll feel more and more grounded in peace all the time. That's the gift of going deeper, discovering more and more unconditional love for yourself. And the deeper you go, the more natural and inevitable union will feel. So surface level fixes may seem easier in the moment, but they're not going to bring you lasting peace. True union is born from the courage to heal at the root, not just cover the wound. When you choose to go deeper, your entire journey transforms, and so does your connection. Are you ready to stop fixing and start truly healing?